Good morning. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Uh, Today I'm tasked to talk about what it looks like the future of healthcare. And we all know that we have just passed COVID, not fully yet, but I think we can see the crowd here which has forgotten, and in all sense, we have moved on. So I think it's a complete redesign, repurposing in healthcare that has started right now, which is the most important aspect of everybody's life. We realized that whatever we have, it doesn't matter if we don't have a good healthcare. But what it has brought out is the health inequalities across the different parts of the world. So I think what we need to do is look at the rising healthcare cost across the world. We need to look at places which have got very advanced health systems and some of them which has got problems with basic access. So I think one thing that can bridge the overall gap is use of technology, use of things like artificial intelligence, use of things which helps us to have access to good quality workforce because in remote parts of sub-Saharan Africa they also need good quality healthcare. So I think the model is changed after COVID. So for us, it's one of the biggest industries. Healthcare is probably the biggest industry in the world. It's a huge opportunity for people to look at healthcare from a different lens. For us, it's all about making sure that the emerging funds and technology fund support startups which can help drive health across the globe. So if I look at the problems, it's the problem to scale up healthcare because we have a very advanced US, UK, Europe systems which are good in those parts of the world, but we are not able to duplicate that and scale it up because it's based on a secret sauce which is very difficult to scale. So for me, we've been trying to operate out of different countries. We are right now in 4 countries. We are into manufacturing. But I think the integration and looking at healthcare from a holistic perspective. Otherwise, I think going forward, we have to be ready for the next big event coming. We have learned our lessons with COVID, but I think the governments across the world, the regulators, have realized how important it is to have a proactive step rather than a reactive step. We need to look at the observatories which can look at the rare diseases that can come out. Probably we have moved away from infectious diseases, looked at communicable diseases, but what took us all off the hook was an infectious disease coming out of nowhere. So I think we have learned our lessons, and it's not just a finance piece. It's health is an economy item. We have seen countries shutting down. We have seen supply chains getting decentralized, and every now country wants to have their own manufacturing. But I think what we need to do is develop a ecosystem which is got to be cross-border. For me, it would be a great thing to have regulators talk to each other, licensing to be made more easy. We want to make sure that the next big disruption happens in healthcare so that we could be able to control the rising cost, even for the government side, that is becoming a big problem. So I think Saudi as a market for us specifically has been very interesting, and our plan is to come up with a product that is going to be very lucrative to the youth. So for us, it's about innovation, which is the key of whatever we do. For us, it's the ability to provide scale. So we are looking at specialties like bone marrow transplants, looking at things like CAR T cells, which are now, or cell therapy, which are required across the world. And with COVID, people have taken the eyeball of the needs of healthcare and have started looking at COVID in depth. But now that has gone back. I think now it's the time to get back and see how well we can rearrange, repurpose the assets, repurpose the delivery models. And that has been a great learning curve for us as well. So I think the hospital of the future or the home hospital, because the care is moving out of the hospital. We have seen how technology took the front stage, how we opened immediately the front door to patients without coming to hospitals. People were able to sit at home, do consults, and now is the time to move on. I don't think we should leave the lessons that we learned during COVID, and we don't want to wait for the next big thing to come and hit all of us. I think it's the right time and the right industry to focus on. So it's a consumerization that is happening in healthcare. Digitization is the most important aspect. We are playing on data, which is very essential for us, especially the COVID data that has come out and being generated is something that can be the tool to fuel the needs of healthcare across the globe. We would need more vaccine manufacturings. We need more, everything was a different learning during COVID. So I think lessons learned. Let's get ready for a better world. Let's make sure that technology is used. We have a hybrid model in healthcare. It's so specific to the doctors. I don't think the world will have enough workforce to tackle, especially the most advanced health systems have crumbled during COVID. So that's a time to make sure that, we decentralize the healthcare delivery model and make sure we have a democratization that is happening across the globe with access providing to the less privileged, because we know that anything happens anywhere in the world can affect the entire globe because it's a globalized world right now. So we hope that we have learned our lessons. We hope we come up with the next model of healthcare. We have seen a disruption is pending in healthcare. People are so risk averse. And I think the disruption might come outside of the industry. We would see technology interface, online, offline, hybrid models coming in. So probably for us, this is an opportunity to welcome people from outside of the industry, pharmaceuticals. It's going to be an ecosystem that needs to solve the problems of the healthcare across the globe. So I think it's great to see you all here. We hope to have much more gatherings like this. We hope we don't get taken back by a COVID again. So hopefully we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you.